My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Inscryption, Kaycee's mod. Okay, we did not unlock a new starter deck, and I do kind of like the idea of full completion here, so I will actually take the probably least powerful deck, let's be real. All totem battles, no bosses, rare. Let's just turn both of those on. Boss battles also become totem battles. I think it depends what I find early, but this might actually end up being very simple. If we end up finding something that kind of reasonably invalidates a lot of fights. I don't want it to be fecundity. I want to play something like super powerful in turn 1. Without fecundity. Maybe? We'll see. Tips goes. Let's do it. I think it's maybe a terrible, awful idea. That sounded like it was going to have something after it that negated it, didn't it? Nope. I think it might be. Anyhow, let's play the game. Okay, so we do have the bullfrog, we have the wolf. So what we really have here is one serpent and one beast. Also a relatively early prospector. That may just be a thing that consistently happens, though, that I haven't twigged onto being consistent yet. Let's see what I can offer you for some of those pelts. Hair pelts? Well, look. God. Like, there's the field mouse and then cocker. Like, I have a game plan if I do that. Do I want to do that? I can get a dupe of my bullfrog. Not really that helpful, to be frank. It feels like a bad idea to just not get the field mice. Especially considering I can field mice Koku like really, really early on. And then I would have to try and find a source of damage afterwards as well, but I would have the ability to get infinite bones. You know what? We did it in the last 2 episodes. I'm limiting myself here. I'm not taking fecundity. I'm just not allowing myself to do that. So, out of the rest of these options, what are we doing? Mud turtle, porcupine, when it is struck, the striker is then dealt a single damage point, and then there's the mud turtle, which has armored. Armored seems like a really good pickup. I wouldn't be distressed by taking armored as one of my choices here. I'd want to have a plan for how I utilize it, though. Mirror, so that is as powerful as the round you are on, I think. Mud turtle. Let's just click the mud turtle. Mud turtle's coming along. Porcupine is a little interesting to me right now as well. Maybe the idea of putting the mud turtle into the porcupine and then just having a unit that can kind of duke it out with something even a lot more powerful than it, right? Because you put that down, it deals 1 damage to the enemy, they attack you back, they don't kill you, you safeguard, you deal 1 more damage to them, and then you attack them again, right? So you are at least putting 3 damage in with that minion, as well as blocking a space for an extra turn, which is big. Okay, so I will make good use of these. I intend to, at least. We're already full up on items, so I don't want to get a pack rat. Are we full up on it? No, we're not full up on items, actually. The decrepit woodcarver appeared before you. She moved with a certain vigor in spite of her considerable age. Stinky. Whoa. If we can... I like the idea of maybe slow grinding out a bunch of enemies. Having... Oh, but the porcupine can never be stinky. It can give its buff to someone else, though, but then the safeguard's not going to be on the same unit that has it. I mean, the mud turtle, I would have to sacrifice an extra to summon the mud turtle over the porcupine. So, so far we have 2 serpents, a beast. We're being offered the beast and we're being offered stinky. I so seldom, like, take advantage of things like this. I'm taking the beast head. I think it's more likely that becomes a usable element of our deck. Oh, all of their serpents are going to go stealth mode. I see. Well, I should definitely try and push 1 damage this turn. Ultimately, I just have to generate more damage on board uncontested than they will have damage on board. Yeah, not gonna be that bad. Let me get out the Stoat as well to continue equalizing. That's fine. I'll even hold this turn, waiting for the Mud Turtle. Ooh, actually, we're at an equilibrium right now, and the Mud Turtle is not efficient. We push 3, they push 2. Then I would want to get the Mud Turtle. Okay. Right? Just trying to end up with overall more damage on this here. I think that's it. Unless I wanted to draw that wolf, wait an extra turn, and draw out another squirrel, which I totally could have done. We were in equilibrium. And this early on, I probably should still do things like that. Okay. We'll take the perspective. Care for a game of chance? Pick a boulder. This one. Yeah, taste gold. I can barely abide giving it to you, but a promise is a promise where I'm from. No problem. Well, now we actually do need to visit a trader. Ugh. Damn. At least we have a chump blocker, I guess. Could be worse. Well, I'ma catch you by the fire and host its power. Yawned the hungry survivor. There you go. Get more powerful, Pork. Surely your creature could become more powerful, but you would need to risk another moment by the fire. Oh my god, it worked. The fire warmed the weary porcupine and enhanced its power. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your porcupine in tow, you retreated into the woods. Okay, well, I do want a head to my totem now. And I'm already targeting beasts, so I guess I go up here so that I can actually get possibly a beast that's, you know, worth the totem support I'm giving it to it right now. Okay. Nothing to it, let's just push some damage this turn. Well, at least that workaround is preventing the entry of the bee behind it, but this workaround is now coming on the board and we're not even contesting it. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Like, the easiest way for me to invalidate the enemy here is to just summon the Mud Turtle, and I should do it, and I will do it, but that doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. The enemy gets 1 damage here, and then we start equalizing above them. Yeah, you can concede all you like, bud. I'm gonna just get some resources here. So we want to go... I mean, we can just take turns of 2 all the way up until the very end and then flood out a wolf and whatever other creatures we've managed to summon by that point. Golden Pelt's not going to help us, unfortunately. There's the porcupine, and then I want 1 more turn. And now we'll push it. Squirrel goes down, porcupine summons over the squirrel, squirrel, and a wolf over the 2 of those. Beautiful. Maximum overkill. That makes me feel a bit more confident. A lot of the time, you can only find a trader at the end of a path that had a hunter earlier in it, or a trapper earlier in it selling you pelts. So if I do have to visit a trapper, I would like to actually be able to, you know, buy another gold pelt. Yeah, this was the plan from the outset. Beast. Bloodhound. Got Guardian. When an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty when an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space, a card bearing the sigil will move to that space. Defends for us. That actually wouldn't be a bad sigil to have on the safeguarded porcupine that we intend to have. Also, the previous version of the end logs that Kaycee wrote referred to Leshy only talking about the old _ data when wearing the Woodcarver's mask. We also know that the Woodcarver was, you know, we know that these characters are being embodied by Leshy, but we know that in the game, we can see the Woodcarver as a distinct character from Leshy, and the Woodcarver has way deeper concerns than anyone else seems to have in Act 2. Oh, all beasts can be sacrificed for 3 blood. Well, we can't really take huge advantage of that yet, but I'll be damned if it's not interesting. Yeah, let's do it. When you looked up again, the ancient woman had vanished. 2 sack spaces. So the first sack would be sacking the mud turtle into the porcupine, 100% gonna happen. And then depending on what card I get here, we'll have another choice to make. I don't see an immediate easy play in the deck, is what I mean there. Perfect. And then you move directly into my way. I'm going to kill 2 creatures at the same time for the cost of none. Perfect. Then I do want the mud turtle out on the board. And then we just save up for the wolf for killing. Right, because this turn I push 2. Yeah, I don't finish the kill. And as long as I leave that skink there and just uncontest it. Do I want to uncontest it? No, I'm just going to leave it open. It gets to push 1 back at us, but as a result, instead, next turn, we'll summon 2 squirrels and go for the maximum overkill again. It's so much nicer to just have a unit in the deck that has decent damage stats by itself. Not just the porcupine, but the wolf. So I refer to this as being like worse than the other decks. I think it probably is. It has fewer things it can exploit. But there's some value to it, I guess. Flying out worker ant and a wolf cub. Wolf cub's interesting to me because it is a 1 blood that converts itself into 3 blood, courtesy of our totem. So we take the wolf cub. And then I do want to thin some stuff down. So the mud turtle does need to get out of here. Get out of here! This is my porcupine! Perfect. And then we just get to do it again. And this... Yes, this is a little more difficult. What would be playing in the top? I mean, you can put sigils onto a pelt and then buy something with that pelt, which is just a removal, I guess. We could remove the bullfrog doing that, put the bullfrog in the pelt and then sell the pelt later. That actually doesn't seem that bad to me right now. Bullfrog getting the peel? I think the minion we buy might come with that sigil already attached as well, as a result of that. But it was also already going to come with sigils attached to it, so this is just an extra sigil, basically, because it was a gold one. The mud tugged hard at your feet, forcing you to slow your pace. A rank odor caused your stomach to churn and your eyes to water. It was the rotting fish that hung from the branches around you. A huge man approached. Go fish! Alright. Oh, that wolf cub. This is a good opening for us. I mean, I could try and push... I could exactly push lethal right now, in fact, if I wanted to. Squirrel and smoke for the wolf cub and the porcupine, and then sack the wolf cub for the bloodhound. And I should set up lethal this turn. To execute upon next turn with the wolf cub, I think, actually, though. Largely because I'm not going to want to tap out entirely here. Because we do not yet appear to have a plan. Oh, if you leave that on board, we can just attack over the top of that. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna draw from here. I'm gonna sack the wolf to summon the bloodhound, opposed by the kingfisher. Because then the enemy won't be able to put a bait bucket there because the kingfisher is there instead. Right, let's have a look at this. They'll clear the enemy's back line. No, they cleared its whole board. Whatever. Oops. Thankfully, our porcupine does contest that bait bucket really well. And I don't need to attack that one. Just attack beside it. Nice try. Don't know why I drew a squirrel there. That was never going to increase my damage. Don't fish forever. Go sleep with the fish. Reignite. Perhaps one of these would entice you. They are no longer rare, however. Wait a moment. You must excuse me. These are not rare cards. Skink, Snapper, and a Bloodhound. Tell you what, that Bloodhound becomes a lot more of an interesting creature when it's a 4/6. Did I stutter? Becomes a lot more of an interesting creature when it's a 4/6. I'll take it and join it with the other one. Become 4/6. The relief of the fresh air quickly gave way to a bone-shaking chill. You guessed at the path ahead as the snow increasingly obscured it. You had climbed to the snow line. There's a trader up there. It's going to be perfect. So many totems. The woodcarver had been busy. On this map, I see one. So many totems. The woodcarver had been busy. I don't expect there's going to be anything else around here. Okay. Interesting. Because I only got a totem top and a totem bottom. I'm doing fine. Yeah, we'll try and get a 3 to summon with our giant powerful stuff. Hey, moose buck, mate. Good payoff. As for removals from our deck, the Stoat comes to mind. It's a card that's not doing anything for us and never will. If we wanted to be pathological about our avoidance of things, we could sell the golden pelt and then go to the trader and not pick something up in that space. But I think it's just time to sacrifice the Stoat. Yeah, we're committed. That's another removal after the pickup as well. Thank you for the bone. Is there a beast that gets summoned with bones? If there is, I want that one. The pup? No, that was with blood. The pup that we unlocked up last episode. Sure. There you go. Oh, they drop a tail. I forgot about it. Ooh, that's gonna be awkward. I'm gonna block the entry of that raven egg by summoning a wolf cub over here. That raven no longer has a tail to drop. They can only drop one. Thankfully, I'm pushing more damage than they are, so I don't really have to contest now. Uh-oh. I don't think they can win here. But what do I know? Yeah, I could have killed them that turn, to be clear. Fine. This'll do. Huh. Trader, we already knew that one. I'm anticipating some extraordinary pails. Is that a golden pails? Magnificent. Still kind of prefer the idea of going for the amoeba and having a, you know, just a unit I can summon. These are exquisite, my thanks. It's not going to come with a sigil attached, is it? I thought it did. I can be incorrect. Yep, and was. And will be again. Man, I don't really want to sack the amoeba into anything. The wolf cub is a good mana ramp right now. The bloodhound's obviously set up for a conjoining. I kind of like the idea of upgrading the moose buck with the wolf cub though, but also then it becomes really hard to summon. This is actually quite difficult. I could sack the moose buck into the wolf cub to play it more safely. I don't know about that. That seems one of those bad ideas. A bloodhound into the moose buck isn't awful though, and in fact, that's going to be the ticket. The ability to block more of the enemy's nonsense with the unit that has a bunch of health. Appropriate for nonsense dealing. I just saw that there is a mushroom further up in the future, which just invalidated my play. Oops, because these bloodhounds aren't going to match anymore. Oh boy. Okay, just don't think it's time to get rid of that wolf. Good block. I should never really be taking squirrels without a plan of what I'm about to do with the squirrel, to be clear. There are fundamentals to this game that I am still solidifying in myself. They'll give me a pair if I don't have one by the time I get there. Would I want them to pair any of mine? Maybe. I think a second wolf cub wouldn't be bad. Beast, beast, beast! Yikes. B-E-A, yikes. That's our wild bull. Not what we were looking for. Don't have victims for you, bud. Yeah, so you're gonna give us a pair on... God. I'm gonna do the pair on Moosebuck. And then I'm gonna join those, and I will have a 3-14 with Defender. Pretty good. 4-14, sorry. Or 6-14. How'd I forget numbers? Okay. Gotta absolutely love how much this is gonna destroy. Porcupine attacks for 3. Kills an elk fawn. Excuse me? Elk fawn attacked. Once a card bearing this sigil is struck, the striker is then dealt a single damage point. Elk fawn attacked. Huh? Maybe Safeguard counts as a unit not being struck, but I would be very surprised by that being the case. I gotta get down the more powerful wolf right now. That one's not gonna work too well either. Again, shouldn't be drawing the squirrel before I know what I'm doing with it. An amoeba that is made of stone is immune to death touch and stinky. Play it, get some damage on the board. Excuse me? You were supposed to be immune to stinky? A card bearing this sigil is immune to the effects of Touch of Death and Stinky. My amoeba currently has 0 damage because the elk fawn has Stinky. Pourquoi? I feel that is not the intended result. Alas, I have no real much else I can do about it, so I'm just gonna wait until I can summon this wolf buck. Yes, I think you've got me this time. Do you? Push up 2 damage ahead, and then we have to respond to you again. Try and get another powerful unit on the board. So 2 and 3. Yeah, I don't think we have the ability to. Yeah, it was never gonna happen. Unless I undercut my damage this turn by playing the Bloodhound and then... No. We're not shopping anymore, let's be real. The dream ended. Hey now, hey now. Don't dream. It's over. Low-cost beastie? Low-cost beastie. What's that? Another wild bull. We can merge those as well. A little more appealing, frankly. Yeah, we're going with the moose buck though. I do want to see this. I need to see exactly how big that boy get. 614. And I only have to sack 1 beast to get it. The key is making sure that I have enough 1 mana beasts in the deck. Extra health. Extra health might be a really good time to either power up the porcupine or remove the porcupine. I don't know if I gamble. It's good, and this equalizes a lot of battles for me right now. Man, it's gone. Sayonara, you served us well. I do get to keep the bones, though. The higher consistency with which we draw hands that just has a beast and a moose buck, or the moose buck especially, is better for us, I feel. So if we continue moving in this direction, it should be okay. Out of habit, you reached for your collection of teeth. The man grimaced and shook his head.
An exquisite pale he shall make.
Ah, you're gonna take me on as an apprentice? We're gonna work together? I'm gonna make pelts with you? What's the knife for? So Moose Buck can immediately go out. I can win this first round. Strange Frog never even gets to do anything. Oh, you tricksy devil. I can still do it, but it costs more. Alright, phase number 1 down. And then they give you a free wolf pelt. Let's trade. Here's your wolf pelt for some trading. I hope you brought pelts. Yeah, there's no one else that's gonna block me here, so I will buy that. Thank you. Much appreciated. And look, I'll get even a little bit more overkill. I feel like I'm starting to grip the boss mechanics enough to be able to manipulate them reasonably effectively. Beautiful. Another normal card, thanks. Black goat, elk fawn. The nascent fawn. It grows quickly into an elk. Another moose bug. Another moose bug. That black goat was also basically exactly, a one-mana beast for me. I could have taken that. The sun rose over the sleepy firs. Birds fluttered across the path of wolves and elk. You were embarking upon the woodlands. Let's think about this for a second. If I were to sacrifice, it would probably be that bloodhound into something else, right? Let's see if we get a card here first. Do I want to try for a card? That is possible. The Trial of Bones, the Trial of Health, and the Trial of Kin. It is basically impossible for me not to draw Kin, right? I would have to draw specifically a amoeba, a moose buck, or a, like, one. I would have to draw one amoeba and then one of my stags and then one of my wolves. I'm probably gonna succeed that one. Health. Well, I mean, if we ever draw the moose buck, health is completed. And there's 2 moose bucks in there, that's probably gonna happen. Bones? We definitely fail bones. Do I want a card or not? The card it gives you can be quite powerful, but the card also usually has a sigil appended to it, which means I won't be able to sack other things into it, and I won't be able to sack it into something else. So if my plan is very much just
Get the big buck on board,
then consistency is key. Perhaps next time. I think not. Go for our removal here. My lean is towards removing the other bloodhound. And I'm even happy to put it in the moose buck, knowing that ultimately this is not extra, coverage in any way. It is just trying to delete that card from the deck. Another removal up there, and another trial where we can try and avoid a card. It's looking okay, but I do want another wolf cub or something like that. Hey, wolf cub. Good to see you, wolf cub. 1, 2, 3. Push my 3 damage. Moose buck moves across. Does not block anything. Oh! Oh, right, I forgot that it was going to keep teleporting around the field there. Meet an amoeba that is a burrower that will try and block incoming damage. I guess that would be the coyote. So this moot bug is going to attack for 3, not be able to push through the back line, take 1 damage, move over. Coyote attacks up for 2. It'll attack back, move over. I would like to have just an independent freestanding source of damage somewhere, but I don't know if I need to generate that this turn, and I don't know if sacrificing the amoeba is going to be particularly good for... Oh, of course, it teleports back again! Yeah. So, Hefty, you move over, and then entry, and then the final entry was here, so you had to move to oppose the porcupine. I get it. I get it. I'm not happy about it. I do get it, though. I need to push some damage this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna push damage with the Wild Bull, and the Wild Bull will move over to the left. So I push 3 this turn. The enemy pushes 5 next turn. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to use my plier here. Wait, no, they'll push 4 next turn. Because my porcupine attacks here, moves over. No, but then the sparrow moves here as well in the rest of the entry phase. God. Why did I have to give it so many movement sigils? I'm pretty sure I need to use the players, so I haven't done this before, but there are a couple people that were averse to seeing the response of the players. I'm about to use the players, if you would like to look away for a little second here. There we go. We're all good. Oh, I didn't count all the damage, evidently. I'm so certain there was a source of damage there that was going to be removed. Pity.
Agreed.
Please give me another trial of bones. Hiss. Try to power, kin, and health. We are guaranteed to fail all of these pretty much. Kin, amoeba, wild bull, moose buck. Yeah, there we go. Ant queen can be sacrificed as many times as possible. It doesn't perish though. Brood parasite puts a egg in the opposing space, which it then tries to contest. Mantis. Whatever I take here, I'm just gonna remove in the next space. There's nothing really else to say about that. Out of here, bud. Playing of the bones. Another chance to add via our tribe the ability to join the wild bulls afterwards, or just put the extra moose buck into the other one. Wouldn't be entirely contested for either. Uh-oh. That was the same totem that we last saw last time we last died. But that is okay, because we just drew the win. Got him. Tricks taken appropriately. Beast. Oh, I forgot that the coyote would actually count. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting closer to the ability to consistently generate 4 bones. I'm gonna make 1 denser wild bull, I think. They were targets that I could graft things into, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough situations to flood out the remaining things I'm looking at trying to get rid of. What is this sigil up here? Well, I guess I get to move up one more space before I have to... Oh, it looks like as it was turning up, It is another mushroom, another removal. Back on the side, I maybe want to do that. Yeah, here's an annoyance. I can't do anything here. Both those moose bucks are way too expensive. The coyote also. These might be all of the turn 1 unplayable cards in my deck, I think. There's the wolf as well. I think that is about it. Well, because the thing is, I think all I can do here is chump block with a squirrel and then chump block with another squirrel next turn. I can no longer chump block with another squirrel next turn. It will kill me. I chump block one of the wolves and then the other wolf and the opossum just deal 4 damage and I die. I have no choice. If I draw a squirrel, I lose the game.
Yeah, I don't think I constructed this deck that well, eh?
Oh boy!
Yeah,
That's the second snuff. You're at the end of your rope. Don't even get to make a death card. We've been resoundingly defeated.
fair.
We were on the way to thinning down the deck to such a degree that we were going to be able to more consistently play things, but the reliance on the wolf cub as glue was overbearing. If I'd taken instead of the black goat, instead of whatever I took over the black goat, rather, if I'd taken a black goat instead and had another tool to just rocket forward into moose bucks, that would have been a lot more comfortable. For the moment, though, my name's been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Inscryption Kaycee's mod. Up in that top left, you can see my series with all of the Inscryption Kaycee's mod content, past, present, and future, down below it. YouTube recommends the next video that it thinks you should watch, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the $10 tier, and a special thanks this episode to Yannick